We're here with Matt Dunlap of the Alaska Ski Team. Matt, coming off your second big road trip of the year, had some success, so why don't you recap the conference meet and then the NCAA Central Region meet?
Yeah, we just got back from Michigan. We were there for about 12 days. Our first stop was Houghton, Michigan, where we had a couple races, and that was served as our conference championships. The men really set the bar high for the rest of the trip by winning the conference championships. Last weekend we were in Eastburn, hosted by Northern Michigan, and our men and women were both second at the regional championships. Pretty successful road trip. Had some really good individual races and some really good team showings, with the men getting first and second, and the women getting second at conference regional championships.
You had a total of 5 student athletes that qualified for next weekend's championship in Bozeman, Montana. 2 on the men's side and 3 on the women's side. So why don't you talk about each of them and kind of how their season's gone and culminated into this upcoming trip to the national championships.
Yeah, we'll talk about the men first. We had, like you said, 2 men qualify, Logan Hahnemann and Tyler Cornfield. Both of those guys actually pre-qualified at U.S. Nationals at the start of our season. Logan's in Turkey right now, competing at World Juniors. And Tyler decided to not go on the U23 trip and stay here and train with us and race with us. So those 2 guys auto-qualified at the start of the year. And the 3 women, Rafaela Sieber, Marit Yabov, and Crystal Pitney, qualified throughout the year. Really exciting to see us qualify 3 women for the first time in a few years. And to qualify a maximum, or a 5 out of 6 maximum, was pretty awesome. So we're pretty excited, and we have the first alternate on the men's side, so we were very close to getting a full 6. So pretty awesome road trip, pretty awesome season so far.
I mean, talk about this season. It has been a very successful one for your team, and a lot of people contributing, and considering some of the long road trips, it's nice to see this kind of success come out of it.
Yeah, we have a very deep team on both our men and women's side, and any given day, which is a good problem to have, we can have that top three score in each meet. You can kind of flip-flop around, and to come out with 5 qualifying for NCAAs at the end of the season with the first alternate on the men and women's side is pretty cool and speaks to the depth of both of our men's and women's teams.
Talk about your expectations when you go to Bozeman, because obviously with only a cross-country team, you don't get that advantage of also having an alpine team. So talk about, though, with the 5 or 6 you may be taking, what your coaching staff is hoping to get out of this championship.
Yeah, if you look at the full team score at the end of the week, they combine Alpine and Nordic. We do not have an Alpine team, but I think that we can still go and compete and do very well. On the Nordic side of things, we have 3 women, so we can definitely compare our 3 women to other teams that have 3 women. And I think that our 2 men can do pretty well compared to the other men's team. So pretty excited to go and see what they can do. It's at altitude, so that always adds another twist, but we'll get there a little early to get acclimated, leaving next Wednesday. And I think that we have a group of 5 athletes that are really prepared and ready to go and have really set themselves up throughout this season to ski well at the championship. So we're really excited to see what they can accomplish.
Talk about the advantage of going. You talked about going early, you're training at altitude, just get them acclimated with that, but other teams are going to be going to other venues besides Bozeman before, so do you feel an advantage to your skiers that they get kind of a feel for the land in Bozeman a little extra time before some of the other teams that are coming in?
Yeah, I think that there are definitely benefits to going somewhere else before going to Bozeman. You can go a little higher maybe, or you can do what we're doing, which is go right to Bozeman. You can settle in. You don't have to move halfway through your trip. You can just get settled in, like you said, get a lay of the land, ski the race courses a lot, test skis leading up to the event at the venue, and I think that all those will help us contribute to having a successful weekend at NCAAs.
All right, Coach Dunlap, well, thanks for the time. Safe travels down to Montana, and good luck at the championships in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Chris.